Hey everyone, this is Natalia, and I said I'd be doing more videos, so I thought I'd record myself making something I've never made before, and apparently someone's dying in the street because there's an ambulance out there. Okay, so I decided I'm going to make sofrito, Puerto Rican. Gotta learn to make it somehow. I usually buy it from friends or family, and I don't want to do that all the time, so I want to make it myself. Honestly, it's cheaper if I make it myself. Sofrito is basically a Puerto Rican sauce that you put to almost anything. It's like a seasoning, but it's this really nice mix of veggies that you actually will use as a seasoning in a lot of Puerto Rican dishes or in Latin dishes. And I always use it and I love it. It's the best seasoning in the world to me. Everything tastes better with sofrito. Be right back. Yeah. But this isn't even everything. I'm gonna get more stuff from my fridge. And it smells really good. Anyway. What are you going to need to make this sofrito? They say cubanelle peppers, but I got this. I think there's one cubanelle in there. I don't know if these are all. I got these peppers. 2 Spanish onions. 1 head of garlic. I may use 2. 1 red pepper. Some plum tomatoes. Cilantro. Culantro. Not the same thing. Everyone sees the word cilantro and they see culantro and they think it's the same thing. Just because there's not an I and there's a U in place of it doesn't mean it's the same thing. It's totally different. Totally different. And ajitos. Ajitos are these little peppers. This is actually a lot easier to make than I thought. And they say kosher salt to taste. And it's also optional. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or not. I have a mother who has hypertension. And sodium is a little bit too much extreme. I'm going to taste it once I have everything mixed up, and if I think it needs the kosher salt, I'll add it. Otherwise, I may not add it. I hate heights. You are definitely going to need one of these, preferably bigger, and you could probably use the blender, but I'm going to try to use this. So the basic thing you need to do is chop everything up. I should put everything in like a bowl or something. I'm going to chop the messiest thing up first, which is going to be the tomatoes. Tomatoes are good for you. The great thing about chopping up everything is it doesn't have to be too precise or too minced. You're putting in a food processor. It's just a means of making it small enough so it gets as smooth as possible. I was watching RuPaul's All Stars. I was supposed to go out tonight, but it's Manhattan, it's New York City, and it's so cold, and I was going to take my mom, and we're going to meet up and then go to the Gateway, which is a bar in Brooklyn that has drag race viewings, and Lady Havoc hosts it, and I always have fun there, but I looked at my bank account and realized I can't afford to be hanging out right now. Uh-oh. See that? And I wash my hands, by the way. Some people like it really mushy. I like it a little chunky. But I may blend this. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. My nose is already running. I didn't even cut the onions yet. So I'm not even going to chop the garlic. I'm just going to put it directly into the food processor because it's small as it is. And I'm lazy. Cut some corners when I can. I'm going to process the garlic. I have some tomato left in there, so that should be good. That was a weird noise. Chop up some onions. It killed an onion. Cut its head off. So they tell you to do so you don't cry. You turn away from it and inhale. Hold it. Exhale. And then inhale again from... Just don't inhale when you're chopping it. This would take less time if I had a bigger food processor. Like I said, I'm gonna probably put this through the food processor again later. Okay, next thing I'm gonna chop up is big red pepper. It says to de-seed all the peppers, don't put the seeds in. And I think in some of the sofritos that I've bought, I've seen the seeds. It's kind of hard to get rid of every seed. But, you know, you do your best. Next is going to be tedious. I'm sorry, I need to blow my nose. I'm not disgusting. I'm going through so much paper towels. This is not an eco-friendly. Sorry about it. So then the next thing you do is chop up the ajitos, or the ajicitos. They're really weird peppers. See, they look like these. Whee! None of these peppers are spicy. They're just, some are sweet and some are just got a little, they don't even have a zing to it. They're just they're a good flavor to have and stuff. Now they say to seed everything. They don't say to seed the ajicitos, but you see there's seeds in it. If you can get rid of it, that'd be preferred. I'm cutting around it as much as possible, but like I said, I see the seeds in the sofrito all the time. So I don't know why it was like the recipe said to get rid of it. Okay, I chopped up the rest of the ajicitos that I'm going to use, and now I'm going to cut up the culantro. Now, for some people, culantro and cilantro are things that they can't eat. Everyone's like, oh, I just don't like it. It tastes like soap. It's really not as simple as just not liking it. There is actually an inherited trait or gene that actually makes certain plants like cilantro and culantro taste like soap. It's not that you don't like it. Your body just reacts to it that way. So even if you wanted to like it, and it's just... you don't like it because it tastes like that. But for some other people, it doesn't taste like that. It's a weird thing, life. Now you chop this, all of it. Like, from leaf to stem. Look how pretty that is. So I'm gonna lastly chop up the cilantro. Wash it, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm done mixing everything in the food processor for now. So you take the spoon and look at all of this. This is, you gotta mix this all together. This bowl is literally too small for this. This works. It looks so pretty, but I do think I need to give it another hit with the food processor. You kind of want it more saucy than chunky. This looks like bruschetta right now, which is not a bad thing. Not bad. Maybe I should put in the blender. Alright, this is going in the blender because I need it to be softer than this. Well, I'm trying to make it less chunky. Well, that works as a sofrito. After blending it, you should get a liquefied source, and then you could stick this in the refrigerator or your freezer and use it whenever you're making stuff like meat or pasta or rice. And yes, I do Puerto Ricanize my Italian food. I put this in pasta all the time. See? So you have, it looks like guacamole, but you don't dip this. I mean, I guess you could, but it doesn't taste as good. It's really just a base. It doesn't smell as, I mean, it smells fine. It smells healthy and everything, but It doesn't smell like the sofrito I order. So I must have done, I must be missing something. But this will work. This will definitely work. And I'm going to put this in a container and save it. And I'm very happy. I just saved myself $30. Yes, I've spent $30 on things this big of sofrito. Okay, bye.